Why is your ex an ex?
She hit me with a car.
You can't always stick to severely mentally ill people in a relationship and expect it to work out great.
She got pregnant with another guy's child. Edit, grammar.
My ex is an ex because he was manipulative and emotionally abusive. He also hated my friends and family. He tried telling me that they were toxic for me so I could never see them. Been married 18 years, so my ex was an ex from about 23 years ago. Reason he's my ex? Got my friend preggers. When I confronted him he suggested we stay together and have threesomes. Yeah. Nope.
Depressed, suicidal, or otherwise extremely downtrodden members of Reddit, what is your go-to quote, phrase, or particular memory in life that keeps you going?
The memory of my best friend keeps me going. She didn't get a chance to live her life. So on the days when I'd rather not live for me, I live for her instead.
The memory that keeps me from attempting suicide is when I tried it the first time.
I procrastinate a lot, to the point of self-sabotage. The only thing that gets me out of it is he who does not obey himself will be commanded.
If you're going through hell, keep going. Winston Churchill quote.
Don't kill the person inside you who wants to be alive. Every time I feel down and/or have suicidal thoughts, I think about the part of me who went through so much shit to get to this place. I don't want to throw away the effort of that person.
What kinds of things would Traitor Joe sell?
Those pistachios that aren't open all the way and when you bite into them taste super rotten and disgusting.
Lucky Charms without the marshmallows.
Every egg is cracked, and the raisin and chocolate chip cookies are switched.
Cowboy boots but the spurs are on the inside.
Coats for a sports team that displays the emblem and colors of a rival team when turned inside out.
Cauliflower pizza that was twice the calories of normal, delicious pizza.
150 grit toilet paper.
What's the most spectacular way you've seen someone fuck up at work?
A guy I worked with was measuring high voltages and let the height probe touch the metal chassis of the instrument, which he also had his other hand resting on. We heard the zap from the other end of the lab. I work at a call center. I reviewed a call where the guy thought the phone was muted and called the customer a stupid ass motherfucker. The customer called him out and he tried to backpedal and make up some story. He was fired shortly after.
What have you done that your parents punished you for, but it was totally worth the punishment?
I pantsed my friend in junior high school and they suspended me for sexual harassment. When I got home, my dad ordered me to stand up. And then he did the unthinkable. My dad pantsed me.
Lied about going camping with some friends and instead got on a train to see my long-distance girlfriend.
My grandpa was searching for chapstick all around the house and I ran up to him, handing him a glue stick. I thought he realized and laughed. He didn't realize.
My brother and I were banned from biking more than a 2-block radius from our house. One day, we biked all the way from our suburb to downtown Chicago, about 18 miles. It's one of my fondest childhood memories, but my parents were not happy.
What's a technology we currently have that most people don't think exists?
Large ultra-powerful railguns which can fire projectiles at Mach 7. Well, not sure if it's technology, but we have discovered and are in the process of creating hybrid oyster mushrooms that eat and disposes of plastic and oil and could be the biggest thing in waste management and oil spills ever.
Targeted cancer radiation therapy using a radiation needle to irradiate the tumor from the inside, limiting exposure of normal tissue cells.
There have been working jetpacks since the 80s at least.
The ability to 3D print metal still kinda messes with me a little. I mean, plastics and resins make sense, and even though I know how the technology works and I've seen it in action, the ability to print metal still seems like magic to me. Drones that look like birds.
Which single-player video games would you consider a masterpiece?
Chrono Trigger. I don't think Okami has been mentioned yet, so I'll mention it.
Super Metroid.
Doom, the classic one.
Paper Mario.
Bloodborne, Super Mario Bros. 3, Red Dead Redemption.
Teachers of Reddit, what is the worst thing you've seen a parent do to their child that either made you want to, or did make you, call Child Protective Services?
Freshman came in smelling like cat urine, which is a sign of meth cooking, especially in a rural school district. I told the nurse. Nurse and principal pulled the student from class. Never saw her again.
Socializing seems to completely revolve around drinking/spending money. What are some good free ways of spending time with friends?
In the USSR we would just gather somewhere, make a fire, someone would have a guitar and play. The rest of us would sit and listen. Then we would talk about the imperialist capitalist West. Holding middle schoolers by the ankles and shaking the change out of their pockets.
I wasn't allowed to put it in the question, but I'm British 30+, so everything seems to be going to the pub, but I'm poor AF but don't want to miss out on seeing friends.
Not free, but pretty cost-effective board games, dad, hiking, photography adventures, volunteering, movie night, have a cookout. If I think of more I'll come back and add to the list.
Honestly, just talking, smile, or sitting around playing cards and watching Netflix. Or cooking at home.
Mugging. If anything, it'll make you money.
Fast food workers of Reddit, what should we not order at your restaurant? And why?
I've worked at 4 restaurants in my life, and lemons and ice are by far the most disgusting things you can get.
Just don't go in right before closing, and this essentially goes for anywhere. Except for games. Worked there over a summer and that place had the cleanest and freshest food I've ever seen at a fast food restaurant.
Carl's Jr., all the fries are basically the same size. And please don't get chicken stars, they're really gross.